pretty cool. So I'm going to put them on first because they've been driving a lot and they're probably really, really tired. But to kind of get you started, some basic ground rules. If you can keep your table chatter to a minimum. Table chatter to a minimum. I will come and talk to you if you are talking loudly. I will ask you to tone it down just a tad bit for the comedy. So whisper, whisper, whisper. All right, so let's practice some of our best crowd emotions. So when someone says something sweet, can I hear your ahs? That's a good ahs. When someone says, oh, thank you, DC, I want to hear claps. Yeah. Let me hear your fake laughter. Okay, very good. So I'm your host. I'm your Alex Espinoza. I'm going to get you started, and we can get on from there, just to warm you up a little bit before I bring in before I bring the next comic up. So, guys, I've been thinking about this, If Amish people could go back in time, would they even notice? Would they even notice? I wonder. Thanks, Mike. So DC Metro, right? You know DC Metro's motto? Metro opens doors. We know that's not true. It should be Metro closes doors on your arms. Right? So I'm unemployed right now. I'm in between jobs. Yeah, that's some class for that. Thanks. That's great, guys. That's the best laughter, or whatever it's called I've had in a while. What happened is I'm really good at interviews now. So they say, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, Mr. Espinoza? And I said, my strengths is that I'm able to deliver a project on time, under budget, with limited resources. They're like, that's a great answer. What are your weaknesses? And my weaknesses are cupcakes and big boobs. The other day I had there's this company that, I won't say their name, change.org, that I was interviewing for, and they asked one of the silliest questions I ever heard. They said, what is your superpower? And I said, superpower? I was like, is this like an interview for the X-Men? And they were like, no. Very straight face. And I was like, oh, well, if I could choose a superpower, it would be that I could go travel back in time and provide a better answer. So that kind of sucked. I'm going to do one more story for you. This is a story about a dream. Does everyone here have dreams? Right? Nobody? Some people back there? No dreams? All right, so I had this dream. You ever have a dream that's real? It's like a visceral dream where it's so real, it's real, right? So what happened the other day, I was in my dream. I was totally in this another world, and it was strange. I was working at my old alumni bookstore at GW here in DC, and the doors, I was working the kiosk, and the doors opened up, and Giselle walks through. And I was like, oh my God, Giselle. You know who Giselle is. Giselle is a supermodel. She's married to Tom Brady, right? If you don't know who Tom Brady is, get the fuck out of here. But anyhow, so she comes up, she's like, I'd like to get a book, rent a book. And I said, oh my God, Giselle, right this way. And so I go to the stacks, and I pull out a book. I was like, what book are you looking for? She's like, a book on the Kama Sutra. And I was like, sweet. So I pulled out the book. I opened it up, and she's looking at it, and she's like, wow, this is great. And I was like, it is. And she gets in really close, and she goes, you smell good. And I was like, oh, my God, what's going to happen? And she leaned in, and we started kissing. And it was like full-on make-out with Giselle. And it felt real. It was real. It was so visceral. It was like, this is happening. This is really happening. I'm making out with Giselle. And then all of a sudden, Tom Brady breaks through the stacks, like full headgear, helmet, fucking jersey on, number 12 Patriots thing. He bursts through. He picks me up. And I was like, he's like, what are you doing with my wife? What are you doing with my wife? And I was like, man, first of all, I thought in my head, I was like, how am I cock blocking myself in my own dream? That's weird. But then I was like, man, I don't know. She just wanted the book. And he gets in really close and he's like, you smell good. I was like, oh my God. And he came in and he kissed me. And I'm making out with Tom Brady. And it was where I was like, ah. And I woke up and I had a boner. I didn't know if I'm straight or bi or whatever. Anyhow, I'm done. Let's go bring up your next comic. From Kansas City. Let's give it up for Jason Nelson.
What's the name? How y'all doing tonight? 1 second. I'm having trouble with the cord, which is probably why me and my wife have 3 children, because I have trouble opening up the condom packages as well. Yeah, you can say I'm from Kansas City, but I'm actually originally from St. Louis, so don't shoot. I know y'all had your own significant a moment in history. I'm sorry. I won't waste the rest of my 4 minutes. All right. And I actually had a good introduction here in Maryland. When I pulled in, I let them know I'm from St. Louis. They're like, oh, home of the don't shoot. We're home of, the Freddie Gray and the burning buildings and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I feel like we had that relation going on, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big advocate for saying all lives matter if that gets me safely back to my car, you know what I'm saying? But what led me from St. Louis to Kansas City is I went through a divorce. Anybody ever went through a divorce in here? Went through a divorce? All right, everybody happily married or single, all right. But I went through a divorce because my ex-wife, she accused me of domestic violence. Can we all agree that hitting on women is bad? All the women in the house who don't like getting hit on, say me! Oh, they like getting hit on, okay. Well, my ex-wife, she accused me of domestic violence. The thing was, she was 5'10", 330 pounds. Yeah, damn. You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think it was like man versus woman. It was like big person versus smaller person. You know what I'm saying? The thing that confused me was she had sexual bipolar. In the bedroom, she would like smack me, choke me, pull my hair. But if I do it without my dick in her, she'll call the police. Yeah. That's her right now coming in to get me back again. I was like, oh, how you doing? Y'all believe that was my ex-wife and shit? It was like total coincidence. There was a black woman coming in. But the thing about it is, y'all may not be tell, but my mom, she from Seoul, Korea. So, you may not be able to, you probably can't visualize it, but my father, he was black. You know what I'm saying? And but my mom, she lost custody of me as a teenager because she had a drinking problem. And the state of Missouri came knocking at the door. They were like, Marcel, if you don't want to lose your children, you need to put the bottle down. She was like, fuck it. I'll see you when they age out. Turn up. So I got forced to go live with my father. But that didn't even last long. Because my dad, he said, son, you got to go. You keep coming between my wife and I. I was like, dude, it's a threesome. No. Okay, it was sick. I was fucking 13. I was fucking his wife. I get it. I will say that y'all homeless issue is not as bad in this area as it was a little bit further down the highway and shit like that. I got out the car. This homeless guy came up to me. He like, hey, can I have some change? I said, yeah, do something different. So he spit in my face and shit like that. Yeah, so it's cool. But before I get out here, I touch on, like I said, I'm from St. Louis and I live in Kansas City again. But when I visited St. Louis, because 2014, a lot of these cities we live in was getting fucked up because people was mad because African Americans were getting killed on camera and shit like that. And for some odd reason, they don't realize that was edited footage to make it look like the black guy wasn't fighting back, but we know he really was. But when I went back to St. Louis, I got in my car and I'm in Ferguson. And I'm feeling sad because I'm seeing the destruction of the place that I grew up in. And I got out, and this dude was like, hey, man, your hands should be up. I said, damn right. Fuck police brutality. He said, motherfucker, I'm robbing you. So So if you just happen to see a Nissan Altima, iPhone 6, and a St. Louis Cardinal hat, shit belong to me. But my name is Jason Nelson. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night.
For Jason Nelson, everybody. Give it up to Jason Nelson. Woo-hoo! Jason was talking about police brutality. I heard the other day in Brooklyn, there was this incident where a police officer took down this one dude, and he, when he took him down, he stomped on his scrotum, and he literally crushed his balls. He had to go straight to the hospital instead of the jail. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's training these guys? My wife? All right, cool. That's a cheesy joke. It's okay. I'm going to bring up the next comic, also from Kansas City, Marquise Moore.
How everybody doing today? Give it up for me. I'm actually coming down from the flu. Give it up for me for getting on stage. Yeah. This is dumb as hell. I should be somewhere in the bed, but I'm in here talking to strangers trying to make them laugh. It's dumb. Been pissing out my ass the last 3 days. I know. Imagine what it feels like. Oh, I hate being sick, man. I got this hoodie on like I'm trying to do an 8-mile scene. Trying to make it epic. Like, there's nothing cool about being sick. And then I got my comedy friends that I came with. They want to they want to amp me up, get me in the game, get my head in the game. Hey, man, you remember the Michael Jordan flu game? Put that image in your head and be that. You want me to be a 6'6", wealthy black man with a cold? Let me tell you something. Sit your ass back. Oh, God. You said I was from Kansas City. I'm not from Kansas City. I'm from St. Louis. It's all good. I'm from Ferguson. Get over my city. We slowly getting things back together. And, you know how the media exploit shit. Like, on TV, it looked like the whole city was on fire. Really, it was just one building from different angles. All right? But I've been living there a long time. I've been living there since 2000. And they've been pretty much racist a long time. About 5 years ago, I seen 2 white cops pull over 2 black cops and hand them a ticket. I love women. I love women all different shapes and sizes. I love chunky girls. A little meat on them. I love some stretch marks. I like a woman that got a lot of stretch marks. I like a woman that got so many stretch marks going up and down left and right side. When she get naked, she got a Cincinnati Bengals jersey on. I even like the skinny girls with the beer bellies, with the muffin tops. Yeah, I like the skinny girl with the beer belly and the muffin top with little bitty breasts. I think it's adorable that she got A-cup titties with a D-cup belly. I love that. I ain't gonna be up here too long. I feel like I'm about to pass out. Everybody, it's hard to do something in secret anymore anyway. I'm scared somebody might see it on Facebook. You passed out. Yeah, I did. And the first thing the black community think, what kind of drugs he on? I was sick. I'm not on any drugs. You sure you look skinny? I was sick. I didn't eat for 3 days. You got a hold of some of that Washington crack. No, I ain't get nothing to hold of that Washington crack. I'm sick. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm Marquise Moore, St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you.
Thanks, Marquise. Give it up for Marquise one time. Mr. Lewis. Hometown Ferguson. Survivor. All right, we're going to bring up the next comic. You guys ready? Yes. All right, let's put it together. Hands together for Woo G Ray.
Hey, before I start my set, I just want to say fuck Donald Trump. Fuck that motherfucker, man. He's always saying some crazy ass shit on TV, man. The other day he said, I'm sending all the black people back to Africa, and I'm sending all the Chinese people back to China, and all the Mexicans is going to Home Depot. And all the gay people come to my house. No, nothing's wrong with gay people. Gay people are cool, man. It was a gay guy outside. He asked me for directions. I told him to go straight. My side job, I'm a barber. I don't know if you can tell or not by this pile of shit on top of my head. But I do cut white people's hair. I had a white guy come in the barbershop the other day. He said, hey, I want a 3 on the sides and a 4 on the top. I put the number 34 in his head. He got mad at me. I don't know if he's coming back or not. I'm like, shit, man. I might have lost a customer. It's all good. I put a nice little fade on it. Brought it back to life. It's cool. Me being a barber, I see a lot of white people adopting black babies. You guys need to stop doing that shit, man. Because I never see them adopt a black baby from the hood. They always adopt an African baby. Like they want to start over from scratch and shit. And then the papers come in the mail and his name is Defo Tambui. And they change his name to Alex. I'm like, I never met an African kid named Alex in my life. Ever. And they always come in the barbershop confused, not knowing what to do with their hair. They're always like, yeah, I got this brochure for hair care. This one right here says a high top fade. I don't want to erase her head. The next one says wavelength. Is that the one that when they have to wear the do-rag and they have to wear all that grease? That's too messy. I don't want that. Just give them a nice and neat afro. That's cool, you know. And then they pass him around after he gets his afro done. Like, look at his afro. It's so soft. And they get to petting it and shit. Like he's a little chihuahua or something. You know. If I adopted a white baby, I wouldn't know what to do with a white baby if I adopted it. You know, the white baby started crying. I'd be like, what do? I give it some string cheese and feed it some Mountain Dew or something? Is that going to get him to shut up? I don't know. I thought about, what if I adopted a Mexican baby? That'd be cool if I adopted a Mexican baby. My grass would always be cut. Won't have to worry about my lawn care, right? I also thought about, like, what if I adopted a Asian baby? Then I can have the Asian baby do my real kids' homework. And they can get accepted in a good school or something. I'm very grateful for slavery. I am, man, because we got Taco Tuesdays. We could have been in Africa having Goat Nut Thursdays. And I always think about this, man. I always think about what if slavery was reversed? What if the black people took the white people to Africa and started commanding y'all shit to do in different language and shit? It'd be like, translation, clean that elephant shit up, you white motherfucker. You know that movie Roots? Roots would be totally different if slavery was reversed. Remember the part where LeVar Burton got beat with the whip? Your name Toby, boy? No, I'm Kunta Kinte. That part would be totally different if it was a white guy. It'd be like, your name Mbute Mutombo? No, I'm Ryan Wikitowski. Hey, I'm Woo G Ray, man. You guys have been great, man. You can look me up on Facebook, or you can look me up on GoFundMe to help me pay my back child support. Thank you.
Woo G Ray. That was amazing, Woo G. Do you really have a GoFundMe account? Seriously? That'd be awesome if you did. That'd be awesome. Just have GoFundMe for anything. This is like comedy. It's like paying other people's bills. It doesn't fucking matter. GoFundMe works. Okay, everybody, we're going to keep this moving along. Remember, keep your table chatter to a minimum. A whisper. Whispers. Whispers. Secrets. Food. Buy beer. Buy more food. Whispers. All right, let's give a nice round word welcome for Krish Mohan.
Hello, everybody? How you guys doing? Perfect. That's excellent. The silence is what I need. I like that you're have a GoFundMe for your back child support, man. You're changing the definition of it. Really takes a village to raise a child. I like that take on that. So let's get fucking weird, shall we? I am an agnostic. That's what I subscribe to. Cool. That's never gotten one of those before. Usually it's just like people throwing Bibles at me and stuff. So I appreciate that. I think there's a misnomer with agnostics and atheists. Like most agnostics and atheists are believed to just want to burn religion to the ground. Right? They're just like, we gotta get rid of it. We gotta destroy religion. But I disagree with that. I think we need religion. Religion as an idea works. It works. What doesn't work is what we do with it. We as human beings, we're just not good at executing ideas. Right? It's like fireworks. Fireworks are an amazing idea. Right? They're fun. They bring people together. They're beautiful. Then there's one extreme friend that decides that they're going to put a firecracker in their friend's butt and light it off. Right? Now all hell starts breaking loose. The cops are called. Children are screaming. Right? No one wants to hang out with assless Charlie anymore. It becomes mass chaos. It's ass chaos, guys. What I dislike about religion is when it becomes a vehicle for hate. Right? Love thy neighbor, unless he's a homosexual. Then you gotta stone him and convert him. Like, what? You can't add your own asterisks to the Ten Commandments. Who are you, King James? I hate that pissing contest that comes with it. Right? The Christians are better than the Jews, and the Jews are better than the Muslims, and the Muslims are better than the Hindus, and the Hindus are better than everybody. Yeah. It's like when you were in middle school and you compared dads. Right? You're like, my dad can kick your dad's ass. What? Who wants a dad that's going around kicking asses all the time? Not the kind of dad that I want. I want the kind of dad that's like, come on in here, we're going to watch the Discovery Channel and learn that evolution is a real thing. Then we high five. My mom is a very religious person. My mom is a big person of faith. Right? My mom is so religious that she will listen to the same religious CD every single morning. And she will only listen to the first 2 songs in that CD. And there are 8 songs on this CD. And at one point I looked at her and I was like, Mom, I don't even think you're hitting the single on the record. Then I realized maybe songs 3 through 8 are just remixes of the first 2 songs, right? Like Skrillex is coming in there to throw a beat. Trent Reznor's doing a guest spot. And here's the thing, guys. You can't dubstep to God. Which is a line I think deserves way more fucking than what you guys are giving it. I think this is one of the best lines I've written. And it doesn't get the credit it deserves. No. I want you to sit in the shame of that. Why am I being an asshole? But that was my alarm clock when I was in high school. Right? That's when I knew, like, when I heard the Om, I was like, time to learn. What I love about religions are the stories. That's what I really like about religions. My favorite story growing up was the story of Ganesh, the elephant-headed god. Right? He was the son of Shiva and Parvati. And Shiva's basically a warmonger. Like, he'll go to war over anything. Right? He's like, what are you, looking at my wife all funny? Let's get an army together. We're kicking that guy's ass. So Shiva's off to war, right? He's basically the redneck of Hindu gods. That's what Shiva is. So he's off to war. Parvati's at home by herself. She wants to take a bath, but she doesn't want everybody to just waltz into her house, right? So she makes a child out of sandalwood, which is a plant that no one knows anything about. And his only objective was to make sure no one comes into this house. So now Shiva comes back. He's got a demon head in one hand. He's doing the rock and roll symbol in the other. He did some shit today. And he comes up, and this kid goes, whoa, sir, can't let you into the house. And Shiva just gets pissed. And he's like, you know what? I paid taxes on that bitch. My name's on that lease. I'm getting into that house. And the kid's like, no, sir, I can't let you into that house. So Shiva just gets even more pissed, decapitates the child, which is a psychopath move. I think we can all agree on that, right? So now Parvati comes out and she's like, you just killed your son. Why would you kill your son? And he goes, whoa. I don't know this kid. No emotional investment. I want to see some paternity papers. Let's go on Maury, do this thing right. So Parvati's like, you can't come into this house until you find a new head for this kid. So now all the gods had to fly around the earth and find a new head for this kid. And they do. They find an elephant head, they put it on him, he comes back to life. Right now, Shiva and Parvati have another son, Murga, who sees this new kid and he's like, what the fuck is this shit? Y'all just made a new baby and nobody was going to tell me. Well, this is bullshit. So he jumps on a peacock and flies to a mountaintop to pout, because that's how dramatic he is. So now Parvati has to go up there, and she's like, look, you're kind of being a bitch right now, okay? We made you a younger brother. You get to be the cool older brother. You can show him all the records that you've been collecting. You've been bitching to me for the last 3 weeks about how underrated Marvin Gaye is, and now you can show him how underrated he is. So he comes down off the mountain. That's basically the story. Now, what I take out of that story are all the human traits that are in there, right? There's anger. There's jealousy. There's war. There's a husband being told by a wife to do some shit that he doesn't fucking want to. It's all human shit. What my mom takes out of it are all the miracles, right? The boy made out of sandalwood, which is still a plant we don't know anything about. The resurrection, a small boy jumping on a peacock. A peacock, mind you, a semi-flightless bird that can guarantee not hold the weight of an 11-year-old. But that story doesn't work without both those parts to it, right? Because if you take out all the miracles, what I just described to you is an episode of Law and Order. And if you take out all the rational stuff, it's basically Lord of the Rings without all the boring Frodo parts. And even the lessons you learn are a mix of the two. Right? Lesson number 1, live your life exactly the way you want to, because statistically speaking, you're not going to get resurrected. Lesson number 2, don't jump on birds. Why did you think that was going to be a good idea? They're just going to peck your eyes out. And lesson number 3, I think most important of all, is don't kill kids. Why was that your first reaction to anything? Even if they're screaming on an airplane, you shouldn't kill them, right? So you need both those things to make that story work. So I can't tell my mom her faith is wrong, because if I tell my mom her faith is wrong, she might stop listening to that CD every morning. And if she stops listening to that CD every morning, how will I know it's time to wake up? I appreciate it. That's, I think, the best response that Pitt's ever going to get. Most people just look at me and they go, cool, good point. Wait, you still live with your mom? That's usually what I get. I don't. But I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to work around this somehow. Boom. All right. Thank you guys very much. My name's Chris Mohan. Have a good night.
Wow, it's Bible time or whatever time. I don't know. It was story time. That was interesting. Did you know that story? Did you hear that? No? You knew the story? I do. We should go to Politics and Prose after this. Me and you, and your friend. We're doing it together. Exactly. Yes. And organic wine or whatever else it is. No, you'll have to go on your own for that one. All right, everybody, let's put your hands together. Next for Rudy Morales.
Yeah, I brought a stool up. Only because I'm using notes, because I'm trying to, practice some stuff. Because I'm going home to do a show back home. And so I'm trying to get, real tight, because they see my Facebook, and I'm, Facebook famous back home. Nobody in DC knows who I am. But I went to private school, so I'm, really trying to impress all the people I graduated with. So, everyone's a doctor now or a lawyer or some big fancy thing. And, oh, Rudy, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I just got into Georgetown. And then they realize, oh, wait, we graduated in 2004. Yeah, I'm 30 and I'm still in community college, so. Yeah. No, it's not completely my fault, though. I wanted to get, the full college experience because I was in the Air Force for 10 years. So, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to get the full college experience. So, I've been skipping a lot of class. I've been smoking a lot of weed. I'm kidding. I don't smoke weed. I'm 30 years old, all right? I'm a goddamn adult. I vape now. So I've been racking up college debt. That's pretty awesome. Apparently that's part of the college experience. It's, I'm not good with money as it is, though. Like, I'm not the greatest with money. It's not really my fault. I blame my parents because they're the ones that raised me brown. Seriously, anytime I check anything other than white on a loan application, my interest rate jumps up 12% right off the rip. I think it's because the peso is so weak right now. I just filled out a loan application actually for a car. I got a brand new car a couple months ago. It was my first brand new car ever. It had 7 miles on it when I rolled off the lot. And I got all the bells and whistles on it. It's got the rear view camera. It's got the heated seats. The sole purpose of those being just keeping my Olive Garden to go warm on my drive home. Yeah. Money's tight because of that car, though. A lot of reasons money's tight for me right now is one of them is I just moved twice since Christmas. And we all know how liquid you are after the holidays. Your finances are just, pouring out and just so much money. And I've done it twice. And they say moving is like the most mentally and fiscally stressful thing you can go through. And I did it twice in 6 months. But it's good. No, it was a good thing, though. It was a positive thing. I got to move in with my girlfriend. We were dating for 2 years, yeah. And then I got to move out by myself. So that was nice. Yeah, it's 2.5 years we were together, and we just broke up about 6 months ago. Not even 6 months ago, like 4 months ago maybe. I'm bad with time. But I like being single. Like, I used to hate being single. I really used to hate it. But, like, I was also married for 5 years, and I was in the Air Force, so I'm divorced, and I kind of like I'm better about it now. Like I've already been through it all, and it's like one of the things I really like about it is the fact that I don't have to like check out other women in clever, sneaky ways when I'm with my significant other. That is a lot of hard work. When I first got married, I was able to figure it out, though. I call it the look at what she's wearing method. And if you ever see a girl that's wearing something too tight or a little too revealing, as long as you say, would you look at what she's wearing with the most disgusted look on your face, you have carte blanche to stare at her as long as she is in your line of sight. Another reason that's a good method is because it makes it look like you have standards and that the woman you're with has met those standards. When in reality, we all know men, especially in a shitty 5-year marriage, we have zero standards. We have no standards whatsoever. I'm serious. I remember when I was like 11 years old, I was jerking off to MTV and the Hanson video came on. It took me 2.5 minutes to realize that those were dudes. Didn't stop. I kept going. No standards whatsoever. One positive that came out of this breakup is I got to keep my dog. I love my dog. That's always the one thing you hear about is like, oh, I got to keep the dog. But I get it now. She makes me really happy. She's a rescue. She's really not, telling people she's a rescue is really not that important to the story, I guess. But it's like, I think it's part of the contract that you have to tell as many people as possible that you have a rescue dog. It's kind of like being a vegan or a CrossFitter, only not annoying. All right, a lot of CrossFitters out here. All right, I get it. Yeah, the thing about her, though, is she doesn't understand that she's a rescue dog. She'll do things like she's a Westminster dog show type of dog. Like, she'll do little things that annoy me, like jump on the couch. It's like, no, sweetie. The couch is for planned pregnancies. All right? I heard a disgusted ugh back there. Okay, don't give me any shit. My daughter's not allowed on the couch either, all right? I'm kidding. I love my daughter. I love her. She's about to be 7 at the end of this month, actually. I'm pretty excited about that. She's getting to that age. Well, first off, she's always already been a little independent. Like, she's always been a little mouthy, but now she's at that age where it's not cute anymore. And she'll just do little things. But I think it's because the music her mom has been letting her listen to. She's been listening to a lot of Kanye West recently. And I'm not okay with that. And it's not because I don't like rap or hip-hop or anything like that. I just don't like Kanye. Does anybody else just get really annoyed when they hear Kanye West talk nowadays? I was doing a show in Virginia Beach, and I heard Kanye West's song. It was featuring Jay-Z. The song is called The Word That Only African Americans Are Allowed to Use Amongst Each Other in Paris. And in the song, Kanye has a line where he says, Doctors say I'm the illest because I'm suffering from realness. I'm not a doctor. I'm only in community college, but I'm pretty sure he's been cured. That dude has no idea what is real anymore. He made $72 million on tour last year, filed for bankruptcy this year, got caught downloading illegal songs off of the Pirate Bay, and his father-in-law is now his mother-in-law. That dude has no clue what is real anymore. I always feel bad telling that joke because a lot of people think that's a Bruce or a Caitlyn Jenner joke, and it's not. Thank you. Thank you. Fuck the troops. You didn't even clap for the troops, but you were Caitlyn Jenner! No, but seriously, I feel bad because I'm a very liberal dude. Very, very liberal. I don't care what people do with their lives, whatever. That's why I just do not understand this law they just passed in North Carolina where you have to go to the bathroom according to what your birth certificate says your gender is. I think it's bullshit. Seriously, if a group of people, straight dudes, is gonna shit on an entire group of people for no reason whatsoever, at least make it beneficial to all straight dudes. Like, make the law that they have to reveal their birth gender before they try to sleep with you. That makes sense to me. Because nothing grosses me out more than knowing that there is a group of people out there that would lie about what they do or who they are just to sleep with someone. Not one single group of people out there does that. Would make shit up about having a really good paying job to try and get in someone's pants or telling them that they aren't on a lease with that Ford Focus they own. All right, that one didn't get as many laughs this time. That was my closer, guys. That's actually my time. Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Rudy Morellis. Give it up for Alex for hosting.
Thank you, Rudy. Okay, we're going to keep it rolling. Next comic, I've known her for a long time. She's very clever, very smart. She works really hard. When she first started, we met at this other open mic that's now defunct, as most open mics are. We started talking and chatting about what to do and how she should keep doing it. So 3 years later, it's still here. So good for you. All right, give it up for Eva Brandon, everybody.
Hey guys, how's it going, people? I want response for that. Everyone in the back hear me all right? I have no sense. Good, thank you. You can hear my voice. People in the back, yeah? Confirmation? All right. Guys, I'm just gonna let you know, I've been really concerned about my voice recently because I always want it to sound sexier than it does. I walk around saying things to dudes let's get out of those clothes. Yeah, that's right. No, but seriously, I just hit that age where I'm pretty sure that no matter what comes out of my mouth, it just sounds a little bit more like, I want to start having kids in 5 years. Which is a very different message, It's totally distinct. All right, I hope it got your attention. Guys, I'm worried because I'm afraid that I might have body image issues, right? Been feeling a little insecure recently. But I don't know, and I'm not sure how I'm going to figure out because I don't own a full-length mirror, right? I see Medicine Cabinet Ava every morning, and we're so cool. We're like, hey, gorgeous, go have a good day. No? All right. Just checking. I love that. Another thing I've been noticing is a lot of people around me are eating local. Is everyone into that? Yeah? Some people? Okay, cool. I support this trend. I really want to get behind it. But you guys, I live in Adams Morgan, right? So my only indigenous food options are cocaine and whiskey. Right? You guys, if I want protein, there's the occasional jumbo slice. But if I want something white and gooey all over my face, I have zero interest in walking all the way down the street and then giving someone else money for it. Just sounds like a total horrible misallocation of calories in my mind. Just calories. Just all over the place. Can't burn them, can't eat them. It's terrible. No, I can't say anything bad about my neighborhood. Everyone around me is really supportive. I was walking down the street the other day and this man said, when your boyfriend's not looking, I'm gonna sneak up in the back door and hit it doggy style. But I just thought that's so sweet. He thinks I have a boyfriend. I was hooking up with my neighbors for like a minute, right? It was so effective because the walk of shame was just like right around the corner. Just like put all my clothes in my arms and just hope that like no one was coming out of the elevator. I would highly recommend this. No, it was bad though because word got out and now I have all of these text messages in my phone telling me to shake it like a Polaroid picture, right? Which means that somebody misunderstood what I said. Lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor. Right? Like, can a girl just make some fucking cookies every once in a while? That's so immature. Especially because I live in an old folks home, you know? People laugh at that, but I have to say, like, I've learned so many valuable lessons. Like, first of all, the Greeks were right. Semen is a perfectly effective way to transfer wisdom from one generation to the next. I know. And also, rigor mortis lasts longer than most interactions that I've had on Tinder. Speaking of Tinder, is anyone in here into online dating? We're doing that? Yeah? Good. One person? Some claps? So glad. I don't know about you guys. My friends complain all the time. They're like, oh, online dating's so hard. You know what's hard about online dating? This thing and that. No, you guys know what's hard about online dating? All the same shit that's hard about regular dating, right? Like, let's just get the fuck over it. Except for it seems to me, I don't know, like, I can't talk, right? Because I've been online dating since online dating was in DOS. Like, seriously, like, the first time I got a dick pic was on AOL Instant Messenger. That's how long. That's such an uncomfortable way to get kicked out of a middle school library, too. It's terrible. Says a lot about my education. You guys, that was way back in the day. That was before we knew that you can't let minors wander around the internet unsupervised, right? Because they might talk to perverts in chat rooms. But I, for one, am grateful because somebody had to teach me how to type. Still standing, you guys. Yes, thanks. No, I really do think like the one problem that I see, the mix-up with online dating is a lot of people seem to have trouble identifying like what they should publish and how, right? People put things on Facebook that they don't want to come out on their profiles. I would recommend this. Yeah, thanks guys. I'm gonna drop some knowledge. Be quiet, you're gonna want to hear this. It's excellent advice. Here's what I do. I don't put anything on Facebook that I don't want to bring on a first date. And there's so many things that fall into this category too, right? Like things you can't, let's just spitball, like things you can't bring on a first date. Baby mamas, babies. Like I think we can all agree that you shouldn't bring a baby on a first date, right? But you can't hide that shit either, right? You know what happens in real life if you hide a baby? An Amber Alert, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's what happens. I get a notification in my phone if you're dating wrong. I don't know. I can't talk. I'm not I can give advice, but I can't follow it. I'm not big on adulting. I'm the sort of person, I'm that kind of immature where, like, I've been living in a studio for years. And it took me so long to figure out that doesn't actually make me an artist. Like, at all. Right? I always bring my friends over. I'm like, I just want to show you this installation piece I've been working on in the sink. Over near the bed, you'll notice I have some fiber art. It's actually a really complicated piece. It's heavy socio-political commentary about how textiles and laundry in particular have been used to oppress women for centuries. Everyone's like, maybe you should just clean, Ava. Like, you don't understand my art. No, it's good. I try to keep it chic, you know. I have like a crate and barrel type decor that I'm into. Like, you guys, I have crates. And I have barrels. Sorry. That's dumb, but I like it. No, reasons why Ava's single. No, seriously, this is not fun. I was talking to a guy for a long time who, like, actually liked my cat more than he liked me, which I just hate because I think it's really unfair when men are only in it for the pussy, not gonna lie, I think it's super cool to wake up with somebody's mouth on my pussy. But I was like, dude, you know the cat can lick itself, right? Sorry. It was just so uncomfortable because it was like this element of male conspiracy, right? I had like two males like walking around my apartment, like trying to drink from the sink and pee on my clothes. Anyways, can we go dark? Are you feeling that? Is that okay? While we're being fatalistic, I thought I should leave you with this. Trials, tribulations, tragedies, from me. Cool, let's go. Recently I found out that my best friend was hooking up with my ex while we were together, which is like fine, except for that now my trust issues have trust issues, right? Like that's where we're at. The other day a friend of mine brought a beer over and set it on the table, and I was like, why do you have to put your hands all over everything that's mine, bitch? Whenever the bus is late, I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah, it was a detour. What's her name? Just like grilling the driver. No, it's fine, you guys. It's some good closure, and it's been really important because it's forced me to look at some of the bigger questions in life, you know, like the really existential problems I haven't faced in a while. Like, big shit. Like, why did the chicken cross the road? Do you guys want to know why the chicken crossed the road? Because everyone you love will someday leave you. That's why. All right, I've been Ava. You're all beautiful. Have a great night. Give it up for your host, Alex.
Great job, Ava. Good job. Good job. That's a good chicken joke. My nephew had a good chicken cross the road. He asked me, he's like, do you know why the chicken crossed the road? I said, no, I don't. And he goes, to give a message to an ugly person across the street. I was like, what? And then he goes, knock, knock. And I go, who's there? And he goes, ugly person, it's for you. It was me. That was weird. Okay, keep going. All right, so guys, once again, I will embarrass you and shun you if you are talking too loud at your table. I'm looking at you, blonde couples, hanging out, best friends, catching up over like some sort of fruity drink. I will talk to you in person. I will call you out. I will talk loudly over you. I will make fun of you. All right, good. All right, let's keep it up. Let's keep it going for Brandon Fisher.
Thank you, Alex. I don't know if you caught that. His personal threat is that he was going to talk to you. Like, that was the worst he's going to do, is actually come around and have to interact with you. That's the worst. I like the pictures on the wall. Kind of looks like if all your favorite rock musicians went to Disneyland together. Went into that Wild Wild West photo booth together. What would that look like? Now you know. Speaking of images, I know we're actually projecting these on the televisions. I apologize for how I look on that. I've always kind of wanted to know what I looked like as a hot dog turning around in a 7-Eleven heater. It also, it's like almost, like I feel like I'm a glowworm just looking at it. Like, it's too bright. People sitting out there must think that they're just showing, like, Paranormal Activity, the open mic version. Like, so white, so scary. I apologize. I have that kind of, like, if I could, like, describe my whiteness to someone if they asked. Like, you know how Crest has those white strips for your teeth? If they had a full body white strip, look at the TV, guys. That's it. It's the commercial for it. That is really creepy, isn't it? Okay. It took me 2 hours to drive here today. I live right around the corner. It was obnoxious how long it took. It literally took me an hour and 45. You know when you're driving and your GPS says you'll get there in like 10 minutes and you drive 2 minutes, you look down, expect it to be 8 minutes, and now it's 15. You're like, am I going backwards in time? I thought you had to hit 88 miles per hour for that to happen. Didn't know it was 8. Thank you. I don't know a lot about cars. Right now, the check engine light is on in my car. I checked. Still there. That's all that we know at this point. Diagnostics are out. Does anyone here drive a smart car? Any smart car drivers in the outside? No, no one, because we're all alive. We are the smart car drivers because we are alive. They just don't seem safe to me. Like when you see them out on the highway, they just don't seem like they're safe. They don't seem like they could survive a real car accident. But I don't know. Maybe they already have. Maybe that's why they're so small. Maybe they used to be part of a bigger car. They got in a car accident. It got ejected out like an escape pod. Now it's just trying to find a new host to jump into. No? I told you I don't know a lot about cars. Set that up pretty evenly. I did see a smart car get in an accident. I saw a smart car get totaled in a Target parking lot by a runaway shopping cart. Totaled. No survivors. It was. By the way, does anyone else get frustrated when people refer to Target as Target? Is that just me? Or is that so frustrating for your ears to have to intake? Target. It's always like your coworker who feels like they have to jazz up their chores over the weekend. Like we don't all have to go to Target. They're just like, yeah, pretty busy weekend, so I'd take the kids to the Target. And I'm like, please continue regaling us from tales from your French Riviera. I feel like I'm underdressed for this conversation, but continue. She's like, yeah, pretty good. Went to Target. Things went so well, decided to take a stop over at the Home Depot. Yeah, things went so well, decided to treat ourselves to a little Chipotle. And I was like, you went to Home Depot and Chipotle. Stop acting like you got stamps in your passport. You got one more stamp in your buy 6, get one free burrito card. Take it easy. I am a single person, like every comic you've seen. That's just something that goes hand in hand. You're a comic and you're single. That's why I think couples stay together, is because no one wants to become a stand-up comic. Like, couples will stay in bad relationships because they don't have their type 5 yet. They're like, no, I'm gonna ride this one out. I've seen them up there. I don't want to, that's not me. I tend to date a lot of weird women. That's why I'm single. You've dated a lot of weird people when your friend will come up and ask you about your ex-girlfriend that used to hula hoop. And you need him to specify which one. Because there were several in a row. One of them used to come to comedy open mics and she would stand outside and hula hoop. And the other comics were like, dude, is that your girlfriend hula hooping? And I'm like, she'll wear herself out. Just let her get it out of her system. I think we lost an audience member. Not the ones that walked out, like one dude in the front. I feel like I lost you. What's up, guys? You guys come up here to do this? I feel bad for you. Like, having been here. It's okay. I have a female roommate. She's addicted to adult coloring books. That is her vice. Adult coloring books. They're supposed to be, like, help you get in your Zen state, help you really relieve stress. I think if you have time to color, your life probably not that stressful, right? See a lot of images of Syrian refugees. Don't see them a lot with adult coloring books, trying to get them through the difficult days. No one is really coming home from a hard day at work, and they're like, no one talk to me. I got to take this to the paper. Get my crayons. Got to put my thoughts down. Okay? Still white. Just check TV. We have not fixed that color. It is one side blue, one side red, split right up the middle with a ghost. It almost feels like it's 3D with the blue and the red, like it's going to pop out at you like it real was a scary movie. I work with a lot of white people. That's something I should mention. Here's a question. When did white people become addicted to Purell? When did that alcohol problem start in the community? I see them all day long just applying and reapplying Purell. Purell is white people's cocoa butter. Do you get that? Just all day long, they're just applying it and reapplying it just to stay alive. Except instead of keeping them from being ashy, keeps them being rashy. Like germs can't get in. I'm in my force field. I share an office with someone, which means I have an office mate. An office mate is a lot like a roommate, except it's weirder when you borrow their clothes without asking. She hates that. She hates. I share an office with a female. A lot of people like to refer to her as my work wife. We have never once had sex. There's no possibility of her ever bringing me food. Might as well just call her my wife. It's just cut out the middleman. Okay. Going pretty good, guys. What do you guys think? Good? Going pretty good? Oh, we're recording this, right? This is my special. I was hoping gonna get a clean copy of this one. Oh boy. We just broke YouTube, guys. Ava was talking about Facebook. Were you? I wasn't paying attention. Let's talk about that though. You know you can just tag yourself in photos that you're not even in, and there's no one policing that? You know you can do that? Like my ex-girlfriend just got married, and there was no one stopping me from just putting my name on all of those photos, like right on her shoulder. So if she rolls over it, I'm just letting you know if you need a shoulder to cry on, Brandon's there. I don't really like Facebook anymore. I feel like it's just like every time I sign on, it's basically just like an obituary for celebrities. It's a real sad way to learn someone has passed. So I don't like going onto it. I logged on the other day. I got a Facebook invitation to a funeral. I know, dislike Facebook, dislike. Now I didn't want to let Facebook know if I planned on attending that funeral because I didn't want Facebook recommending other funerals that I might like to attend, referring me to other recently deceased people I might want to stay in contact with in the afterlife. See you at the crossroads. I was really hoping I would look at the TV and I would just disappear into the sky. I gotcha. That's cool. I'll go back to the girlfriend thing real fast. It's hard when you break up with someone and then you end up seeing that person like out and about. Like I recently ran into my ex-girlfriend when I was in Target. In Target. Even worse, it was in Target. But here's the thing, when I ran into her, she was in sweatpants buying more sweatpants. And I was just like, I won. And that's it for me. I've been Brandon. Enjoy the rest of your show, guys. Thanks.
Brandon Fisher, everybody, the ghost with the most. Brandon Fisher, that was hilarious. He literally was glowing on the TV screen. It was hilarious. It was very, very, very funny. I'm going to bring up my next guest, next comic. Guest, like I have like a show, like Late Night with Alex Espinoza. After Charlie, we're going to have a magician. All right, so Charlie runs an open mic on Thursdays, not too far from here. And you should go see him. Find him on Facebook. His name is Charlie DeSalle. Everybody give it up for Charlie DeSalle.
Thank you, Alex. So nice to be here in your oddly decorated living room with a bunch of strangers. All right, how y'all doing? Brandon Fisher was talking about tagging yourself in Facebook pictures you aren't actually in. I preferred if you'd stop talking about that because that is a game I'm running. Like, just every picture of an attractive man I see, I put my face on there. So that, like, Facebook facial recognition 5 years from now, it's like, here's a gorgeous guy. Is that Charlie DeSalle? And women I don't know, but like, I don't know Charlie DeSalle, but I'd like to get to know Charlie DeSalle. Try to run that shit. I look a little bit like Jay Cutler. Do we know who Jay Cutler is? Or someone told me I look like Jay Cutler. If you don't know, Jay Cutler is the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Problem is, Jay Cutler is a professional athlete. Jay Cutler is 220 pounds, 6'3". I do not actually look like Jay Cutler. I look like Jay Cutler got cancer and then like shaved a 90s lesbian and wore her hair as his own. just like this right here. Are you all good people? You two, are you good people? Yeah, nice. All right. Every night I read to little blind children just to rub it in. Oh, man. I really like this setup. Mostly because my favorite thing about this is there's a drum set that clearly no one ever plays. It says Villain and Saints right there. But drummers are very specific people, and they all have different amounts of, like, pieces to their kit. So it would be like staying in someone else's room, be like, this is my room, and then, I don't know. Whatever. This is too niche for people who don't play the drums. I went to the doctor recently, and doctors can get away with asking you questions that would be super rude by anyone else. So she asked me a bunch of very personal questions, one of which was, are you sexually active? To which I responded, well, I think so. But women often complain that I just sort of lie there. And then she's like, all right, so how you feeling in general? And I said, honestly, doctor, I feel like shit. So she said, tell me your symptoms. And I told her my symptoms. She's like, all right, turn around, bend over, drop trowel. So I did. And then she stuck her finger in my rear, and I was like, whoa, hey. She was like, you're right. And I was like, about what? She's like, you feel like shit. What are you wearing is a great example of something that can be sexy to say over the phone, but is always offensive to say in person. All right. No laughter, just, hey, you're right. That's an accurate observation. I agree. All right. I'll take it. I used to do shows for a local group of amputees, and that's a true story, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And I think that's just because the thought of amputees makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But it really shouldn't. Like, amputees are just like you or I. They put their pants on one leg at a time like you or I. They're just done a little quicker. But I eventually had to stop doing these shows for amputees because I realized no matter how good I was, no matter how funny I was never going to get that standing ovation. People always get like slightly, I tell that joke, it never does that well. I tell it because people get a little uncomfortable, but I did do shows for amputees, and they're fine with it. What amputees really hate is stairs. And really, any second floor of a building without an elevator infuriates them. All right. All shoes are buy one, get one free. Can we establish this? Payless has those, that's buy two, get two free Payless. Reword your marketing ploys. Everybody wants their first time to be special, but it rarely is, because technically, that's abusing the mentally handicapped. All right, fine. I recently, a couple nights ago, I woke up and I had a spider bite on my dick. And I swear to God, the next time I see a spider, I'm going to tell it not to use so much teeth. Oh, man. This is going to be a weird night for everybody. You two, you did not deserve to sit up here. I'm sorry. You're a gorgeous couple. I'll stop making you feel uncomfortable. You, sir, where'd your friend go? You don't know? We'll give him shit when he gets back. Don't worry. We'll move on. I'm going to check the list because I totally forgot the order. Because I'm going to get paid. Oh, yeah, definitely. I recently registered to become a sex offender. I said to the lady behind the desk, so can I start now? Is there a waiting period? Actually, say what you want about convicted sexual predators, but how many of you have met all your neighbors? Huh? Do we think that maybe everyone should have a go to door to door and introduce yourself to the people you'll be living near? Not just the people who might threaten you. That's a very jarring community policy. The old lady down the street, you'll never meet her. That guy who once touched a kid and ruined his life. Hi, I'm Tom! Ruined my fucking Saturday. I recently found out that one of my coworkers has AIDS, which is super weird. Because, I take off work if I get the sniffles. And he's there every day. Which is absurd. Just once I wanted to call him and be like, boss, can't come in today. Yeah, I've got AIDS. And the boss was like, oh, I'm sorry. Take tomorrow too. Get well soon. That's such a severe disease that we expect people to just sort of live with casually. All right. No one else agrees. I'll move on. By round of applause, how many people here might, if they were going to be invisible for the rest of their lives, masturbate in public? So no one can see you or notice you or anything, and it's forever. How many people here, by round of applause, might masturbate in public? Yeah? Okay. Very honest. By round of applause, how many people here have ever walked by a homeless person like they're invisible? Nice. One guy in back. I'm for it. You ever think maybe that's what's going on? That they're like, oh, they're not ignoring me. I just have recently developed superpowers. And it's like the beginning of their superhero arc where they're using their superpowers for personal gain. But then it gets stopped immediately by people who don't believe in their dreams. Like, hey, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm sorry, officer. I thought I was a superhero. And the officer's like, no, your story's a tragedy. Do we all have jobs? Does everyone have jobs here? I mean, not Alex. I'm sorry. Actually, Alex said he's unemployed, but don't feel bad for him. Before Alex was unemployed, he sold concessions at an adult movie theater. And quitting that job was a big step up in his life. I used to work at a pet shop, but I was fired because customers kept complaining that the only thing the parrots would say was, Brad, you have to pay for companionship. Now I go door to door selling no solicitation signs. All right. And I guess I'll leave you on this one. So for a long time, for a very long time, I thought I was gay. And I went to an all-guys high school, and it was a very uncomfortable place to think you were gay or be gay. So I didn't really tell anyone for most of my life. And then 2 years ago, I met a friend of mine from high school, and I told him, he's like, hey, Charlie, if you really thought you were gay for that long, maybe you should try kissing a guy. See how you like it. So I took his advice. I did. And let me tell you that in my experience, men are very anxious and panicky kissers. And then afterwards, they go, what the fuck, bro? And it's not for me. I don't like to be talked to like that. I don't like to be treated that way. All right, I'm Charlie DeSalle. That's my time. Thank you very much, everybody. There he comes.
Charlie, great set, Charlie. Thank you very much. Charlie, did you really get spider bite on your pee-pee? Yes, he did. It happened. This is a weird story. I'll tell you this quick little story. My wife and I, we went to Thailand a couple of years ago. And it was a great trip. But in Thailand, the sleeping arrangements, Asian beds are not the same as American-style hotels. Asian beds, when you travel through Southeast Asia, they're very, very hard and uncomfortable. And we ended up finally finding this one resort that was just really comfortable Americanized beds, feather top, very nice. And we're chilling out and we're having a great time. And it's this really great suite, you know, the bathroom and the jacuzzi and stuff. And my wife goes in the jacuzzi and she's like, this is amazing. It's marble. It's gorgeous. This is the best hotel room ever. Not 2 minutes later, she comes running out of the bathroom being like, there's a spider in there. There's a spider in there. And she comes running out and I go check it out. She's like, you have to kill it. And I go and I see a spider and it was huge. It was bigger than my hand. Like huge. It was like half tarantula, half nightmare. Okay? Like it had hairs on it and stuff. And it was really scary. And I knew I had to kill it because it was either me or the spider I had to sleep with one eye open in this hotel room for the rest of the trip. So I was like, I gotta kill it. So I had a disposable like umbrella there. And so I grabbed the umbrella and I start fighting this spider. And it's like, and he's so fast. He was like, and he's like flying all over the place. And the umbrella's I'm destroying the umbrella, missing the spider completely. Finally, a piece of the umbrella breaks off, and I stop. And the spider looks at me. We like make eye contact, and he did this thing where he lifts his like two front legs up. I don't know if it was like his version of like put your dukes up or please stop, don't kill me. I don't know what version of it, but I stabbed him in the thorax, and like his guts came out, and I swear to God, I heard him go, ah, as he died, and I felt so jacked up. I was like, oh my God, that was like not an insect. That was like a creature. That, like, it had a future, it had dreams, you know, and I destroyed it. So that's my Thailand spider story. I'm going to bring up the next comic. He's a really cool cat. He's got a show at Havana Village. He's been a really good help for me. And he's another one of the Latin comics in the DC scene. There's not a lot of us. He's a great comic. I love him. He's hysterical. Get up for Danny Ronaldo!
Thank you. Give it up for Alex. I've never been brought up to cool cat before. It's like, that's a cool cat right there. Like I see some jazz or something right now. Yeah. What's up with all the rain, huh? In Maryland, she changed the motto to just add water. I'm trying to work on my man voice. I am. I'm trying to. Because I have like this really friendly voice. Like, hey, how you doing? You all right? You good? Okay, yeah. See, and nobody, like, you don't want me to come up to the bar and be like, hey, can I buy you a drink? You know, that wouldn't work. If you're like, no, I don't want any of that. I have to be like, hey, cutie, can I buy you a drink? And then they'll be like, yes, I want 2 drinks. But, you know, have some sympathy for me, please. Have some sympathy. I got pushed into road rage today. Yeah. You ever been at a red light and the light turns green and the car in front of you doesn't go? Then the car behind you beeps at him and you just left in the middle explaining the shit? Yeah, I did one of these. I was like, oh, no, it's that guy. But then they got mad because it looked like I said, ain't you gonna move, motherfucker? Got people waiting back here. So that's what happened there. All right, you guys are awesome. Trying to figure out these photos on the wall. Looks like they're trying to tell some history or something. They got Prince up here for some reason. I guess because he just died. I don't know. Or Frederick Douglass. I don't want to. They look the same to me. Is what I'm saying. You seen it. Come on. You were wondering too. You're like, who are these people on the wall? I thought it was Prince for a minute, but then I thought, no, it's black and white. It's got to be Frederick. It's got to be. Oh shit. When did saying I'm blessed become the new I'm okay? That's all people say now, right? How you doing? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. That's all people say, right? I'm blessed. Like, they feel blessed for like the simplest things too. They're like, hey, how you doing? Woke up this morning, I'm blessed. It's like, really? You woke up? That was your bar? Last night when you went to bed, were you afraid? Were you a little scared? I don't know. I hate people that ask me questions and answer them right away. You know? It's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good? Right? It's like, how you doing? Okay? I do it right back to them. I'm like, hey, how's your father? Sick? How's your daughter? Pregnant? Where's your wife? My house? That's what I like to do. Because it's confusing when people do that. They ask you a question, give you the answer, and I confuse the shit out of you. It's like, hey, how you doing? Good? That's confusing as shit. You know what I don't get? People that say, I don't give a rat's ass. It's like, I don't give a rat's ass. It's like, really? Where you getting this rat's ass from? I want to meet the person that got some rat's ass in their pocket ready to go at any time. It's like, oh, hey, hold on a second, man. Here you go. It's a rat's ass. It means I care. And nobody cares about this poor rat running around with no ass. Just assless rat. What happened to my ass? Somebody cared. That's what happened there. But it's crazy. It's weird, you know. It's like weird. Dating has changed. Dating. You guys, anybody date? No? There's a lot of single comedians in this motherfucker, let me tell you. Dating has changed a lot because it's all done online now, right? It's all on the internet. That's it. It's easy as hell to date now. The one that confuses me the most, like, okay, people that go on christianmingle.com are just contradicting themselves. Because they're supposed to have faith. All right? If God wants you to find someone, he's going to eventually put them in your life. He's not going to put them on some website and be like, here, pick one. That's not how it works. There's a new site now, singleparentmeet.com. Have you guys seen that? Singleparentmeet.com. Like, what are the choices in this website? It's like, I only want to date someone with 2 kids. All right, 3 if one's over 18. But I mean, what are you thinking? It's like, I got 2 kids myself. I always wanted 4. Gonna go look for someone with 2 more. Make that family I always wanted. I don't know. They got Tinder now. Tinder is like the easiest way to get laid, I heard. You know, you swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left. You can reject someone and you don't even know you're getting rejected. It's like, it's awesome. Because like back in the day, the only swiping we did is when you head up to the bar, you move people out the way to get to that girl you wanted. He's like, get the fuck out the way. And then if you got rejected, you knew about it. He's like, can I buy you a drink? No, my voice is too friendly. Okay, I'm sorry. Now you get rejected 150 million times a day. You don't even know it. That builds your confidence. You're up there like, yeah, I can get some. Or something. But they made dating easier, right? You know what they should make easier? Breaking up. That is the hardest thing to do in the world. You ever try to break up with someone? It's hard as shit. Okay, because you got to explain. You can't just be like, I'm out. Peace. It doesn't work. Women want explanations, especially when you're breaking, right? But why? They always ask that. But why? Why would you leave me? You can't just be like, see you later, baby. Yeah. You know, I think, all right, like why do people get upset when you're in a relationship, right? And you find someone else before you break up with them? Why they get upset? I think they like call it cheating or something. But why they get upset? Like, you never quit a job before having another one. You know? You never do that shit. You go, you do your research, you go on your interview, and you put in your 2 weeks. You know, that's what, it would be cool if you could walk up to your girl and just put in your 2 weeks. Just hand her a letter. It's like, here you go, baby. That's my 2 weeks, right? I deeply regret. I thank you for all the experiences and wish you luck in all your future endeavors. Right? That would be amazing if you could just, that would make breaking up so easy. You just hand her a letter. Bow, there you go. Somebody in the relationship, friends, finds out you're leaving. You know? Throws a party for you at Fridays. Drinks on Thursday. Danny's leaving. Danny's leaving? What happened? Oh, he found something else. I didn't even know he was looking. Oh, he been looking for a while. He's been looking for a long time. Oh, man. Went to the Latino rallies recently in D.C. That was amazing. Yeah, they had the illegal... Wait. I call it Latino rallies, but it really was the illegal immigration rallies. Same fucking thing. All right. So I was out there, and I saw there was a lot of people out there, and I was really proud of all the brown people out there. I was like, yeah. And I was like, then I thought, like, I was like, there's a lot of y'all out here. Y'all trying to get caught? Because they brought their families and shit. I was like, it's not Groupon, motherfucker. But it was amazing because it was like a lot of Latinos chanting. They were chanting, and they were like, I'm brown and proud. I'm brown and proud. And I was like, yeah, that's my people, right? But then there were these other Latinos that thought they were being proud, but they were just stating the obvious. They were like, I'm Latino till I die. Latino till I die. And I was like, you don't have a choice. It's not like you can be, I'm Latino till next week. I'm waiting for something in African American to open up. No, but it's cool, you know. I recently found out that I'm American. Okay. Thank you. How I found out, I had to explain to my 80-year-old father what an MP3 CD is in Spanish. I realized I did not possess the skills for this job because I didn't know the words for data, format, or megabyte in Spanish. So I did what every American does when they think they speak in Spanish. I said L and added an O to the end of every word. Yeah, I was like, el dato, el formato, and el megabyte. My dad looked at me like I was crazy, man. See, this is what happened, right? I came to America in 1981. Came to the D.C. area in 1981, which is about the same time I stopped learning Spanish. So I've been getting by my whole life with Spanish from the 70s. Now, to Americans, I speak Spanish. But to Latinos, I probably sound like Austin Powers. I'm probably going, groovy, baby. All right, guys, it's my time. I'm Dave Rolando. Thank you.
Danny Rolando, comediano. Very funny-o. He did a great job. The next comic coming up, we keep it rolling. I met this comic doing some shows at the DC Improv. There's this one thing called Makeup Party where they give you a subject and then you have an hour to figure out the material. I suck at it, generally, pretty badly. Giovanni always has some really good stories and really good comedy. So let's bring it up for Giovanni Davici.
Hey, thank you, Alex. Let's hear it for Danny. Great job. Very funny man. Very funny man. I'm not making anything up tonight. I'm just telling jokes. So just before I get started, I'd like to tell everyone that my act tonight has been modified from its original version and formatted to fit this stage. Okay, you're going to snap at some of these. Hip crowd, hip crowd. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like giving money to homeless people way more than I do. I don't think it's fair. This isn't my usual job. My usual job is as a grocery store DJ. That's right, I spin the tunes you shop to. I was actually in the grocery store the other day, and this little girl came up to me, and she asked me, do you know where my mommy is? I didn't know where her mommy was, but I want to leave her with some hope. So I looked her straight in the eyes and said, yes, I do, and I walked away. I actually invited some people from work to see me here tonight. I usually don't like inviting people from work to see me because I'm so used to talking to them behind their backs. I don't know, what are you going to do? I actually got passed over for a promotion at work. My boss told me I was too passive-aggressive. No, I'm planning to tell him off as soon as I stop giving him the silent treatment. Silent treatment's the key word there. Actually, when my boss first started the job, he asked me, are you one of those guys like to take out a 2-hour lunch? I said, no, of course not. I get to work way too late to be able to take out a 2-hour lunch. I don't know. So now they want me to sign up for this leadership training class. Whatever, I do whatever they tell me to do. Leadership training class. Some of these will get funnier when you get home. It's like you'll be driving home. I don't know. It's not all bad at work, though. They actually gave me my own office with a window. Yeah. Of course, it's a one-way window. I can't see out of it. I figured it's something. Trying to earn some extra money. I got a part-time job as a nude model. That's right. For a caricaturist studio. Yeah. That's right. Been doing volunteer work. I volunteered for the suicide prevention hotline. But I found out my phone manners aren't very good, but my writing's very good. So they let me start a suicide prevention mailbox. Yeah, people email their suicide notes to me. I check it for grammar, send it back. I just want to do my part. I know personally, whenever I feel lost, I go to a shopping mall and stare at the You Are Here maps. Keeps me grounded. I don't know. So a lot of things I wonder in life, like why are there no singles groups for young single non-professionals? Cleaning ladies need dates too. I'm just saying. Who does the Mexican embassy hire to mow their lawns? Okay. So I used to be an anthropology major in college. I graduated and didn't get a lot of job offers. So I got one of those videos on how to make millions working from your own home. And I wanted to do something different. So I started my own hospital. I mean, it's pretty good. I started doing so well, I started running out of beds. I had to close down after neighbors complained about the noise. Like they never heard a siren before. So I closed that down. So I still had to pay back my school loan, so I tried opening up my own daycare center, but that didn't work out. You know what they say about location, location, location? That's what did me in. I tried to run out of the back of my van. It's a daycare center. Back of my van. I don't know. I blame all my money problems on my wife because she keeps shopping at these high-end stores like Marshall's and Old Navy. Okay. I don't know. If I seem a little nervous tonight, it's because the doctor prescribed a new placebo for my hypochondria. Not sure if it's going to work. I actually went to the doctor originally because I was driving my wife crazy. I said, Doc, can you help me out? I'm driving my wife crazy. He said, sure. He wrote me a prescription, sent me home. A few months later, I went back to the doctor. I said, Doc, I'm still driving my wife crazy. And he said, well, have you been taking your medication? And I said, oh, was I supposed to take it? She was going crazy. I was fine. I don't know. He tells me I have control issues. I got to make him stop saying that. Control issues. Okay. So my wife and I went into a liquor store the other day to buy a 6-pack of beer because we're trying to have a baby. And I don't know, we ended up getting her a pregnancy test, but my wife's never good at taking tests, so she asked me to take it. Came up negative. I don't know. So a few years ago, my wife and I moved out here to D.C. We found a nice place to live where we took out a no maturity date mortgage, or some people like to refer to it as a rental property. It's in D.C., and the building we live in is very unique because in the basement of our building, the CIA built a tunnel that leads from the laundry room that goes under the Russian embassy. Yeah, I don't think they use it anymore, but sometimes the Russian ambassador will sneak in to use our washers. I actually caught the guy wearing one of my sweaters on the street one day. He claimed diplomatic immunity. I don't know. What are you going to do? I don't know. We want to get a nice place to live, but our credit's not very good. We found out that the only mortgage product we're eligible for is this thing called a late payment mortgage. It's where the bank gives you a lower interest rate if you let them start foreclosure proceedings at the closing table. At the closing table? Okay. I don't know. When my wife and I first got married, we couldn't afford a place to live. So we moved in with my parents, who were in a nursing home at the time. And I don't know. We tried our best to fit in, you know. Every Sunday we'd watch Lawrence Welk. I had my spleen taken out. Just wasn't working out. Finally, my parents brought me in the room and said, Dad, son, this isn't working out. We're going to move out. So they left us behind. I don't know. So I've been developing this gambling problem. I've been gambling away all my business cards, entering fishbowl contests. I just got to win one free lunch. I swear I'll stop. I don't know. My wife and I were thinking about putting mirrors in the walls of our bedroom, but we decided against it because we didn't know what to do with the extra room. Okay. Oh, I signed up for a class on how to become a psychic, but the class got canceled after a teacher won the lottery. Okay. So, I don't care what you say. I'm going to end up on some good news. I bought a new ride this week. I want to get something big, but I'm sick of all these SUVs. Everyone's got an SUV. So I bought a used Metrobus. That's pretty good. I pick up fares, extra money. I always know I never get lost because that lady's voice always tells me where I'm at. Next stop, Wisconsin Avenue, destination Glover Park. And the best thing is I get to drive through red lights. That's my story. My name's Giovanni. Good night.
Thanks, Giovanni. You had a look at wife jokes in there. That was pretty good. I liked it. Anybody here married? Who's married? Raise your hand. Two people. Very good. Here for you guys. I asked this question the other day, and someone yelled out, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay." I told the joke anyways. It didn't matter. When you're married, you have you have different responsibilities to each other that you didn't have before. And I'm a newlywed. I just got married this August 29th is when we got married. Thank you. And I started, I told you I was unemployed, so, I'm looking for jobs. And if I find a job, I pass it on to her if it works for her, So I'm sending her stuff all the time. The other day I said, you should apply to the FBI or the CIA. And she's like, why do you keep sending me this stuff? And I said, so when I ask you about your day, you can never tell me. So, yeah, that's a marriage joke. All right, let's bring up the next comic. He's awesome. He runs a show, The Power of Positive Drinking. Find him online. Michael Manning Ford. 3 names. Woo, give it up for him. Come on, let me clap. Come on. Yeah.
Get up for your host, Alex Espinoza, you guys. I always thought I was half Spanish because 3 names is like the average between a white guy and one of Alex's kin. How's everybody doing? Hi! Hi! I got allergies like real bad right now. Does anybody else here suffer from the same affliction? Does anybody else have allergies? I was waiting at CVS today to get my allergy meds. And I got stuck in line behind the most obnoxious trio of dudes I've ever encountered in my entire life. There were 3 bros, like khaki shorts, boat shoes, like calves that aren't supposed to be on people, like bros. And they're having a disgusting conversation with each other. Let me explain. Every single bro in front of me had an actual, box, 24-pack of condoms with him. Box is so big, you could find these condoms in a time capsule. Several years from now. And this is the actual conversation. They decided to take a bet to see who can finish their box of condoms first. Nobody here is disgusted? Okay, we're in Bethesda, that's fine, I understand. Shut up. I heard them I heard them talking about who's going to finish their condoms first. I stood behind them. All I had was my allergy meds and a box of Kleenex. So I, feeling like a total dick, turned around to them and said, I'm sorry, bros, excuse me, I'm back here. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm finishing my box before you're finishing your boxes. Because I have a cold, and these aren't just for the sniffles. If you bros know what I mean. They were weird. They belonged to a suicide cult, it turns out, called CrossFit. The weird... No, they're a cult because it doesn't make sense what they do. They go to the gym, CrossFitters. They go to the gym, the place that we go because the gym has equipment that we use, right? Hence, gym. They go to the gym and bring their own shit. There's no reason to do that. That defeats the purpose. They just want to be seen doing their stupid workout. They bring their own shit, and what do they bring? They bring boxes. CrossFitters work out. They make those every day at FedEx. That's their fucking workout equipment. It's just a box. And they jump up and down on the box like they're training for real-life Mario Brothers. All that they need is another box above their heads with a toadstool in it, and they're, set for life. Are you guys from Bethesda? I'm letting the cat out of the bag right now. I'm from Bethesda. I have an identity crisis from being from Bethesda. Because, you guys have to be is this Maryland or is this DC? What the hell is this? Right, exactly. Nobody knows. We can't claim anything in Bethesda except tax credits. That's it. That's all we have. I have an end around, though, because I get angry people asking me where I'm from. What do you guys tell people when they ask you where you're from? Being from Bethesda. Do you just sit there silently and talk over comics? Okay. That gives it away. I personally tell them now that I'm from the DMV. That's my end run, right? Because that's everything. The DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I just feel like from an advertising standpoint, that's a terrible acronym to name your entire region after like the slowest government agency that exists. It is accurate. Jesus, you guys, you are a hardened audience. You're just like, yeah, that's true. I'll take the negative thing and I don't think it's good advertising. I think we should take an acronym from a government agency that actually gets shit done. I think this region should be called the NSA. Because then people would respect us, man. Could you imagine getting your driver's license from the NSA? You get to the front of the line. You're like, okay, my name is Todd. No, you're Todd Houghton. It's fine. Here's your license. Go back home, wash your dishes. They're disgusting. That's an agency you could respect. People go, what would the NSA stand for? It has to stand for something. For me, it would stand for no sex for anybody. That describes this region to a fucking T. I don't know if you heard my bro joke. I do not have a lot of sex. I go through Kleenex like they're fucking pancakes. Exactly? What do you need Kleenex for? I'm so confused. What was I going to say? I'm sad about not having sex. But, because I'm not a bro, I'm not sad about the Caps losing. I could not care less. It's a stupid, no, it's a dumb sport. No, it's stupid. I did just realize this room is full of almost entirely white people, and that was probably not the right joke to tell. To me, hockey is just a manly excuse for listening to Queen's greatest hits for 3 hours straight. That's all you hear at the Verizon Center. That is what hockey is, and there's nothing better than watching a group of frat boys gyrating and pumping their arms in the air wildly to Freddie Mercury's silky homosexual vocal stylings. Lost you guys at hating hockey. Okay. Don't know your audience. Lesson of the day. I dated a hockey fan, okay? This is why it's a little raw right now, guys. I dated a hockey fan. A racist hockey fan at that. Imagine. But she wasn't like racist necessarily, right? She was just like from Philadelphia. Like a USA racist Philly normal, if that makes sense. And her defense, just looking like a working class, like Polish family. You know what I mean? Like very, very working class, like too poor to buy a vowel to put in her last name, like that kind of Polish family. And she did not like Mexicans. I will say that. She would not have come to this comedy show, for instance. But I found that extremely ironic when you think about it, because Poland is basically just the Mexico of Europe, right? Hardworking, hard-drinking Catholic immigrants with a strange propensity for liquor and accordion music. That's fucking Mexico. End of. If I was on Jeopardy and Alex Trebek said Warsaw is the capital of this country, and I answered, what is white Mexico? I'm getting the points. That's all I'm trying to say, you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you, Michael Manning Ford, the man with 3 names. Studley. You need a man bun, Mike. You've grown it out. Can you do is a man bun there or here? It's like up top, isn't it? I'm not Andrew Wall. Mike, you can grow the man bun. It would be to your advantage, Mike. Man buns are in. All right, I'm gonna bring up the next comic. He's a good friend of mine. We've been doing comedy together for like 4 weeks. So I barely even know this guy. I don't even know who he is. But give it up for Devin Brandt, everybody.
Thank you. How are we doing tonight? We doing all right? All right, we're doing great. Let's talk about micropenises. Who here knows what a micropenis is? Show of hands. Anyone? White hand. Yep, it's always a white hand. It's always a white hand. I love it. It's, I mean, it's obvious. You didn't have to do it. I was going to point it out anyway. I'm just riffing tonight. I have 4 minutes of material. I'm going to make it stretch to 8. I do that often. I'm going to get intimate with you, though, with these penis jokes. I got a lot. Dick jokes. I do low-hanging fruit, testicles. A micropenis, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's a penis that when erect measures shorter than 2.5 inches. Fucking crazy, right? I don't have one, not why I know. I'm not going to stand here and lie and tell you it's big. It's not. I'm not going to tell you it's average. It's not. It's close to it on a good day. It's got a little freckle on the tip, makes up for it with cuteness. Could be cancer. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't have an inch of dick to lose. And like 2.5 inches, I can deal with that. I'm 5 inches. Does that make me big? I'm also taller than 2 midgets. I'm still not tall. I haven't cracked the math on that one. A lot of people get offended when I use that word, though. Midgets. Why? Because of the time the whites enslaved them and used that word against them for hundreds of years to come? No, totally. I get it, guys, for sure. Hey, what's 1/2 of 3/5? Black midget joke. Check. It's all right if it went over your head, like a crowd of black midgets. All right, I'm telling you. I'm throwing in low-hanging fruit to stretch this out. I only have 5 minutes. I'm incredibly unprepared. I smoked a lot of weed and threw up everywhere today. Let's do deaf jokes. I'm sorry, how rude of me. Before we do that, is anyone here deaf? Right number of hands for that question. And the end of that joke. Blind jokes. If you guys, this is more of a UK joke, but we come full circle, don't worry. If you want to live in the UK, you guys, and you want to own a color television, you owe the UK government £145.5 per year. That's a lot of money. 49 pounds per year for black and white television. And if you're over the age of 75 with all 5 senses, including the 2 needed to watch TV, 3 if they touch the remote, old people fucking don't, we'll stick with 2, it's free, which is great, what it should be for everyone, at the very least for them and the visually impaired. Unfortunately, the visually impaired with their 50% of all senses needed to enjoy television pay. Anyone want to guess? That's right, you're not guessing, but it's in your head, I know it. 50%, they get half off! How great is that? Imagine the American government having the balls to do that. Oh, they're half enjoying it. Let's half charge them for it. No! Never fucking happen. Gets even worse when you realize they're basically paying for radio. Which, by the way, you also have to do over there in that fascist fucking regime. All right, let's circle back to dicks. Here's the thing. My dick's, it's not small. It's just smaller than it used to be. It's like the size it was when I was 14. This is one time I accidentally masturbated with anti-aging lotion. And just, no? All right. It's all right. Thank you. That's all I need. There's no black people because it's Bethesda, but I'll throw in the black tag. Went out, bought some cocoa butter, now I'm hung. Boom! Don't worry, that makes sense to black people. R.I.P. Prince. Stretching it, man. I'm stretching it. Do we do one-liners? Let's do one-liners. Can anyone tell me the difference between an inflatable raft and an inflatable pool? Is it where you put the water? I'm pretty sure it's where you put the water. It's a gold brick right over your fucking foreheads. Aren't dash cams just body cams for Transformers? No? It's alright. It's probably too nerdy, too niche. If I return a pair of Toms, do they also take a pair back from a child in need? Thank you. That's all I have off the top of my head. I passed a CarMax on the way here. I'm still not sure what they sell, but they must do it really well. The parking lot was packed full. This one time I was playing Xbox, and this guy was like, "Kid, you are retarded." And I was like, "No, please, that's my father's name. Call me Devin." I don't know how it's a joke. It works. I signed up to receive alerts whenever there's a sex offender in my area. I got an alert for a guy named Dick Harding the other day. I don't have a joke for that yet. It's just, eyes out, Bethesda. Easier. Do you guys think R. Kelly wets the bed at night? Guess it depends. How old's the mattress, right? Thank you. Thank you. I imagine having tinnitus and schizophrenia sounds an awful lot like dubstep. It's less of a fear, more of a joke. Well, it's actually a fear. I have one of those conditions. I'll let you guess which. What's that? Next joke? All right. I did get out of the psych ward again recently. Do you guys like how I said again? So you know I've not only been, but I'm a repeat offender? I like my crowds comfortable. All right. You pass. I'm doing better. I'm like half suicidal. I'm at that, like when I'm crossing the street, I'm looking one way, living life with that surprise me attitude, you know? But the thing people don't know about psych wards, they're really fucking expensive. That's why last time I was in there, I was shocked to meet an elderly woman of 103 years of age. Like, I don't want to tell anyone how to spend their money, but when do you take the dub? Call to win, you know? Yeah, no, it's probably too much. No, I've lost you already. I'm doing this joke. Who cares? First time I was in the psych ward, I was 13. I was diagnosed. Doctor talks to my parents, and he goes, he's got anxiety, depression, probably Asperger's. Oh, wait, what? My son has Asperger's? Yeah, no, technically you need to take a test for that, but he's got it. Which is a fucked up thing to say, because I already had a, like, special inner part of me, Special Devin, which, like, comes out every now and then, and that just confirmed that was all that did. Like, I didn't drive, one, because I was 13, two, because I'm a great driver. Special Devin likes to weave between the lines. You know? Like, I live with it every day. He woke me up this morning. I woke up at, like, 4 in the afternoon. Devin, let's make sandwiches. I'll grab the spoons. I don't let him use a knife. That's all I have for that joke. I decided I'd close with a new joke with no finisher, so I'm just going to wait until Alex takes the mic and see if I can riff. All right, he's coming. He's saving me. Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah. You did good. All right, Devin Brent. Great one-liners today, Brevin. Devin did great. Thank you very much, folks, for coming. We'll see you next week. Okay. Next, old Mike B. I don't know if he's old. I know his name is Mike. But I don't think he's old. He's a young guy. Another three names. Michael Manning. It's always Mike's, too. So I'm going to give a real round, warm welcome for old Mike B.
Thank you, Alex. I've never had my name said in a southern accent before. It's very country western of you to say my name. How y'all feeling, man? Y'all enjoying the show? It's good, man. It's good. I'm married, so I didn't mind coming here and sitting through 95 comics because I'd rather sit through 95 comics than to sit with my 2-year-old and my 6-year-old. Does that make sense? Like, I'd rather be here to be with my wife right now. It's very aggravating because I'm married. I don't have my ring on because I don't wear it when I perform because I talk about it a lot. And I'm married, and I've learned in my marriage that the best way to answer any question that your wife asks you is to keep the answer short and to reverse the question back on her. For example, if your wife asks you or your girlfriend asks you, hey, honey, how do I look in this dress? Don't tell her what you really think, like, oh, you look fat. What you do is you say, hey, honey, how do you feel in that dress? And she's going to tell you, I feel good. I feel sexy. I'm like, you look fucking sexy in that dress. You give her the answer back. You just give her the paraphrase. That's all you do. You just give her the topic. But at the same time, I've learned that it's an old adage. And you ask any married man that's been married longer than like 5 years, like, how do you make your marriage work? How do you make it last so long? And he will look at you in your eyes, check to see if his wife is listening, look back at you and say, you can either be right or you could be happy. And that's a very tricky answer because you could be right and not have sex that night. Or you could be happy and do whatever she says and have sex that night. Does that make sense? Like, I could be right, but I want to have sex. So I go to IKEA. Because it makes her happy. But I fucking hate IKEA. Does that make sense? And I never understood what makes IKEA like the best thing in the world. Like she tried to hype it up to me like it was the best store in this country. She's like, oh my God, let's go to IKEA and go furniture shopping. And we go pick out our couch. Then we go pick the couch out, right, with the color. Then we go downstairs and grab all the materials for the couch, put it in the trunk, drive home, you, because I'm not picking up shit, can take all the materials out of the trunk, bring it upstairs, we can sip some wine, talk about our marriage, watch Scandal, and put this couch together. How does that sound? Stupid. Because if I'm gonna put some furniture together, I'd rather go to the Lego shop and put together a red, yellow, and blue couch, not the colors that they have in IKEA. Even though I'm right, I'd rather be happy. So this particular time, we went to go buy my daughter a brand new bed because she grew out her toddler bed. And I saw this sign while we were shopping, and it said shortcut. And I was like, yes, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. And I took the shortcut, but that shortcut only leads to more fucking IKEA. It doesn't lead to the parking lot. It doesn't lead to your house. It just leads to kitchenware and bathware and everything else but the exit. So I'm sitting in IKEA. I'm black. I'm a little chubby. I'm like, I got it. I know how to get out of here. Baby, I'm feeling a little faint. I haven't ate all day. My blood sugar feels a little low. I think my diabetes is acting up. I don't have diabetes, by the way. But I think my diabetes is acting up. We should leave and go like the Olive Garden. My treat. This is leave IKEA. She said, no, don't worry about that. There's a food court around the corner. I was like, fuck! They thought about everything in the IKEA. It's made by the wife devil. So like I said, this particular time, it was time for we had to buy my daughter a brand new bed. And she asked me what size bed should we get her. I said, we're going to get her a twin size bed. She said, no, we're going to get her a full size bed. So I Googled kids under the age of 18 who have beds higher than a twin size bed. And I found that those kids stay in your house for the rest of your life. I showed her the results. Even though I was right, I wanted to be happy. So I bought that full size mattress. And I took that mattress and I took it home with me. And my wife, see, wives do this thing. It's a little trick. They act like they're looking out for you, but they're not. She said, hey, honey, you had a long day. You've been at IKEA since yesterday. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to give you some time by yourself. I'm going to take the kids. We're going to leave for a couple of hours to your own devices. Okay, honey? And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, snap, house to myself. I could play video games stripped down, butt ball naked, and masturbate all day until she gets home. But in all actuality, she wanted me to put the bed together. I like, cool, I can do that. Snapped out of it, went and got my sewing kit and started sewing the mattress because we got the mattress at IKEA. So I started sewing the mattress and I put the stuffing in it. I did it with love and I did a double stitch. I put a heart in like the right corner of the bed. It was really good. My daughter came in, she overacted. Oh, Daddy, this is the best gift ever. Shut up, you're 6. You got a lot of life to live. Shut up. I laid in the bed, my wife asked me, and we're watching TV, and this is another thing you should do as a man. Listen to the subject and like the last part, and you can answer any question she asks you. So she's laying with me. She says, honey, why do you really want her to have a twin-size bed? Like, what was it about the twin-size bed, the full-size bed you didn't want her to have? And I told her the truth. No child of mine will lose their virginity comfortably in my house. Like you can lose your virginity, but you're not gonna use sex talk. You got no geometry to figure it out. Like you're gonna not be saying hit me doggy style, you're gonna hit me in the 3.14. You're gonna put me in the right angle tonight. Hit that pie. I gained a little weight, but I'm back in the gym working out, and I've learned in my gym membership, I've learned that I'm not impressed because I go and play basketball. I don't go to try to win an NBA contract to play basketball. I'm going strictly for the cardio and a nice heart rate. Like I'm only in it for the 8,500 steps is what I'm saying. I'm not in it to win the contract. I'm not impressed with athleticism. I'd rather set a good pick than to shoot a nice layup. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing basketball. Dude stole the ball from me, runs out to the other end of the court, dunks it. He yells out, in your face, son. And I'm like, that's great, but we're in LA Fitness right now. Like, I don't think Dwayne Wade is here like, how we're going to beat the Toronto Raptors today? We need him. We need him, Pat Riley. We need him. Basketball is cool. What I've learned best about basketball is as long as you have a strong team, you can call any foul, as outlandish as it might be, you call any foul, and your team will back you up in the middle of that argument. Playing basketball, different day. Dude crossed me up. I fell down. Don't worry about that part of the story. He blows past, goes up for the layup. As he goes up for the layup, dude jumps up. He yells ball. He says, what did I do? I didn't touch you. He said, you did touch me when I went up. Ball up top. He said, no ball up top. You touched me. Ball, my ball. We're not shooting for it or anything. Dude was like, well, what did I do to you? He said, you took your 2 fingers and you tickled me as I was going up for the layup. And then the guy who he called ball on was like, I didn't tickle you. I didn't tickle you. That's bullshit. And then his teammate said, I saw you tickle him with these 2 fingers. You went up under his armpit and you tickled him just like this. And then his teammate was like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. And then all the rest of his teammates was like, you did tickle him with 2 fingers right here. I don't know if it was his left hand or his right hand, but all I know is it was some tickling action. I heard him giggle. In the midst of all that, someone said, no, ball up top. You're like, nah, because he tickled me. I'm not shooting the ball. Ball up top, my ball, you check ball. And if you don't think that's funny, think of 9 angry black men in LA Fitness yelling the word tickle. The most aggressive way to say tickle, something that makes you happy, made 9 angry black men in a gym. It was very scary. So now I'm at Planet Fitness. Well, that was fun. Y'all like me? I like y'all too. Follow me on Twitter, OMightBe757. Thank y'all.
Give it up for Oh My B. He's not old. He's funny. Good job. IKEA. Those IKEA stories are insane, dude. Those are really funny stuff. I hate going to that place. That place is like hell. All right. Are we ready for the last comic of the night? Closing us up. Special guest. You've seen him at the DC Improv. You've seen him all over the place. He tours. He works hard. He's the hardest working comics I know. Let's give it up for Wes Martin.
Thanks, Alex. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for giving me the time. Just wanted to come out and support. How you hipsters doing? It's tough to follow old Mike B because I don't play basketball. That's a given. I think that's a given right now. Well, I've been thinking, folks, we are in the end times. These are the end times, folks. All the signs are there. The Cubs have the best record in baseball. Donald Trump's running for president. And you can go into any bathroom anywhere and do anything that your real or imagined genitalia dictate that you do. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I'm not a big believer in climate change. You know what's going to destroy the earth, ladies and gentlemen? Packaging. Packaging is going to destroy us. Right now, there's a huge vortex of floating plastic in the Pacific Ocean. It's so big, the Chinese are planning a military base on it. It's huge. Packaging, bottles, cans, trash. We were going to drown. It doesn't matter what the climate's going to get hot or cold. It doesn't matter. It's packaging. I took my 2 grandsons to McDonald's the other day. Bought them 2 Happy Meals, right? 2 Happy Meals. Within 5 minutes, we had 2 empty boxes, 2 cups, 2 straws, 2 lids. God knows how many napkins. 2 sleeves for French fries. What do they put French fries in? Is it a sleeve or is it a cup? What is it? I don't know. In 5 minutes, it was trash. All that stuff was manufactured at factories all across the United States. We had a pile of trash that's sole purpose was to last 5 minutes. And then it was in the landfill. Now, I don't know how many people know that last week was Earth Day. How many people celebrated Earth Day? Good for you. Good for you, Alex, doing your part. In 46 years since we've had Earth Day, we have gone backwards. Backwards, ladies and gentlemen. When I was a kid, everybody in my town had a solar-powered, wind-driven clothes dryer. Everybody. It's called a clothesline, if anybody would like. What is that? What is the crazy bald man talking about? What is he talking about? He's bringing back the ages. But it's crazy. We've gone back. Back in the day, all glass bottles were not only recyclable, You got money for them. They were reused. They washed them. You used them again. We've gone backwards. Just back. However, I am a true steward of the earth. You know why? Because I bought a solar house. Thank you. I bought a solar. It's a passive solar house. The passive solar house. Actually, the true name is it's a passive aggressive solar house, which means that the sun's rays can heat it or not. Whoever gives a fuck, whatever. Passive aggressive. Now that joke is much better than you people gave me credit for. I really think. I have a part-time job. I have a wonderful part-time job. I do wine tastings. And you can see me in a lot of really upscale places like Safeway, Giant. I'm there. And what I do is I go in and I set up my table, and then I open all the wines that my boss wants me to have the people try. So the other day I'm in Safeway, and a lady's coming towards me, and I said, "Ma'am, would you like to try one of my delicious wines today?" She says, "What are my choices?" I said, "Yes or no, bitch." All ready to go here. She says, "Oh, are you one of them sommeliers?" I said, "No, lady, I've never been to Africa." Then a sailor came in looking for a port. Anyway, that's funny too. In a mild way. I'm working with Tinder right now. You guys on Tinder? You guys Tinder people? Working with Tinder. I'm developing a website for senior dating through Tinder. It's called Ashes. It's going to be big. I'm going to link it. I'm going to link Ashes to my website. I have a retail website where I sell various marital aids and sex devices for senior citizens. We got some great articles. We have crotchless Depends. We've got yeah. I know. What's the point? We got 2 flavors of edible panties with more fiber. We got more fiber in those panties. That's a good thing. I got a whole line of no see-through negligees. Those are going to go. Because what you can't see can't gross you out. You know what I'm saying? I have, got a very high-tech item from the Orient. It's called the dildo defibrillator. In case you feel yourself starting to go and you should be coming, just put that baby in there. Take care of everything. Yeah, been busy. I'm glad spring is finally here. We had a short and vicious winter, I know. But I'm glad we got that big snowstorm because I wanted to show my grandson how he could write his name in the snow. I did that. And, of course, I had to write mine in Morse code. But it's my problem. I have a new urologist, though. He's from India. He's an Indian urologist. His name is Dr. Jagunda Pekka. And last week I went to see the Pekka. And the first words out of the doctor's mouth, he says, "Wes, you have to stop masturbating." Well, this isn't good news, right? Gentlemen, am I right? Not good news. And I thought about it a minute, and I said, "Hey, man, you haven't even read my chart. And besides, it's 2016. Self-gratification is a perfectly acceptable form of relaxation." He says, "Yes, all that's true, but this is my waiting room, and I wish..." Picky, right? Picky. So, come on, sit anywhere. Up front, plenty of There's 2 right there. There's 2. The show is actually sold out. They just put in too many tables and chairs tonight. We're doing the best we can. This is going to be a hit, Alex. I swear to God. It really is. It's going to be. As soon as word gets out that there's old bald guys here. Old Mike B was talking about IKEA. Try this. I did this one time. I went in the lower level of IKEA. I went through the checkout counters, and I went through the warehouse, and I got onto the arrows, but I was going backwards. And I followed the arrows for miles, and it led me upstairs, and I followed the arrows until eventually I came out the front door, and it was 1968. I can't imagine. So you want to lose some... I've been trying to lose some weight. I know it's only Wednesday, but I'm pretty much not going to be able to make it to the gym this week, which will make about 58 weeks in a row now. I'm not a real big gym person. They've got all that machinery and chrome and shit and everything, and I feel I'm intimidated. The first time I went to the gym, the guy says, "Well, You're obviously a beginner. Why don't you use the Stairmaster? Anybody try the Stairmaster? Beautiful piece of equipment, except I trip, I fall. 38 stories before they turn the fucking thing off, you know. So no gyms for me. No gyms. What I did last summer is I hired a personal trainer. Comes to me, right? How convenient is that? Nice local man, very friendly guy. His name is Enrique. Enrique comes, picks me up every day in his pickup truck. Last summer, Enrique and I, we mowed over 1,000 lawns, folks. Because we work in the legs. That's what we do, work in the legs. So I'm an older comic. I'm not old. I'm post-mature but pre-deceased. Okay? God made me too early. I'm 62. People say to me all the time, Wes, what does it feel like to be 62? And I tell them it feels like 40 with the flu. I've been married 42 years, ladies and gentlemen. 42 years. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not showing you my ring. This is my gang sign. It's a W for whipped. 42 years. That's why I started doing stand-up comedy a few years ago, because I realized I could come out and I could talk for 5 or 10 goddamn minutes without being interrupted, okay? Get laughs with my clothes on, but it's tough now. I got to tell you, it's tough to bring it down. It's tough because my wife has reached menopause. You guys know what menopause is? That's when a woman's hormones separate into the Bloods and the Crips, ladies and gentlemen. But the wife's taking care of herself. She looks good. I saw her coming out of the shower the other day, so I thought I would compliment her. I said, honey, you look great. Your birthday suit still fits. Needed ironing, but you guys weren't there. What do you know? So I heard on the radio over here that the Department of Homeland Security is very concerned that they've heightened the terror alert warning for the greater D.C. area. And the Department of the Homeland Security wants you to be careful. They suggest that you avoid crowds. Avoid crowds. Therefore, comedy show is probably your best choice tonight, right? Thank you. Thank you for looking out for yourselves. Politics is driving me crazy. I saw Chris Christie standing behind Donald Trump the other night. And you know, Governor Chris Christie has endorsed Donald Trump because Trump promised to nominate him, to appoint him as the ambassador to the International House of Pancakes. So, Christie's taking advantage of every possible thing he can. Well, I'm not a politically correct kind of guy, in case you haven't been able to tell at this point. For instance, I think it's wrong to give every child a trophy just for showing up to play a sport. Anybody else? This is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. And the whole thing is a scam that's perpetrated by the awards manufacturing lobby and by psycho parents that don't want their children to feel inadequate or ashamed. Now, I played Little League Baseball maybe one season. I was terrible. I used to throw a baseball like guys who live around DuPont Circle. I was awful. I was terrible. Do I feel inadequate or ashamed? Of course, but that's why there's Zoloft. That's why I take Zoloft, ladies and gentlemen. Because here's my point. If you give the worst kid on the worst team a trophy just for showing up, you were going to give that child a false sense of accomplishment. Next thing you know, 15 people are running for president of the United States. It's crazy. Children, I don't care if you got a spastic little 8-year-old. Children have to learn their limitations, God damn it. Not every child is going to grow up to be a pro athlete. It ain't going to happen. Not every child can grow up to be an O.J. Simpson or an Aaron Hernandez or a Ray Rice or a Lamar Odom or a Caitlyn Jenner. Not going to happen. They have to learn their limitations. That's all I'm saying. I think I'm wrapping up here. I want to point out that at 62, I am a baby boomer. And I don't know if there's any baby boomers here, but goddamn it, we are the greatest generation. We put a man on the moon. We put a man on the moon who took LSD at the same time. But you young people, I swear to God, we failed you. We raised a generation of non-smoking, sunscreen-slathered, gluten-free, Taylor Swifting, selfie snapping, dick pic clicking, box wine drinking, hummus dipping, hookah sucking, internet skeeting, global warming ninnies. But young people, give it up for yourselves. You came up so much better weed than I had in the 70s. Yeah. But then again, you had to because your music fucking sucks, okay? That's right. That's right. All these posters on the wall attest to the best music there ever was. So listen, folks, all I'm asking for is a little respect here. You see me coming down the street, and you'll know it's me because I am reeking of Old Spice. I'm playing the Beach Boys way too loud, disco balls swinging in my boxer shorts. And I am sucking on the giant withered nipple of the Social Security Trust Fund. Until there's not a dime left for you assholes to buy an iTunes gift card. Sorry. All right, one more thing. All you motherfuckers stay off my lawn.
Give it up for Wes Martin. That's mine. Everybody, thank you so much for coming tonight. You saw Comedy Night here, The Villain and the Saint. We're here every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8. We're a little long tonight, but that's fine. And then we have the music open mic is up next, right? So if anybody wants to play some tunes, they have a band, you can use their stuff or your own stuff or whatever. Sign up is where? Over here? Over here. Sign up is over here, and you can do music. So if you're a comic, just hang around. If you want to hang around for some cool tunes, people will play some music. So thank you very much. Give your house a round of applause, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
I suppose there's better things to do, but I'm not sure that's true. Clinging to the driftwood of your lifeline. I'm not sure where we're going. I've lost my GPS, yeah. But gravity will guarantee it's gonna be a mess. Is there no heroic save for a man caught in the flames? I'm afraid it's true, you can read it all in the papers. Will you throw me a lifeline? I suppose there's better things to do, but I'm not sure that's true. Clinging to the driftwood of your lifeline. And I guess we could drift along with our bones bleached when we are gone, counting on the waves they pursue one another. I suppose there's better things to do, but I'm not sure that's true. Clinging to the driftwood of your lifeline. And I guess we could drift along with our bones bleached when we are gone, counting on the waves for a lifeline. Screw that. The wind is not the wind. The wind is not the wind. That's the first song. I appreciate it. That's original. I have one more original. I'm sure there's a way to easily change this, but I can't. I don't know it yet. I was driving when I got lost at the curve down Eagle Road. I had a headache from the lights that shined out left from UFOs. I had to stop and get my bearings. Got my throat was feeling tight when I landed and ran and saw that. Walked it right into my side and I said, oh, we all know how this story goes. I am familiar with the story about Eagle Road. And he said, jump in the river, jump in the stream. Don't matter which way you turn, my boy, but neither way is free. And I said, jump in the river. So what did he? If I look so goddamn good to you, you could jump the hell on me. And I said, oh. Driving you the road, the story about forget that part. I was dreaming about the days that were been going on for a while. I was hanging at the PX with a rifle and a smile. There was a lantern and a jukebox. Just Friday in the green when I saw two eyes staring like a lantern burning me. And I said, oh, have I got something new in my head? Or is this just the way for me to end up dead? Ooh, yeah, and I said jump in the river or jump in the stream. The lines are drawn and the pixies and got talking right through me. And I said jump in the river. I'm not sure what to be. If you're looking for the cat inside the shit, you can bet it wasn't me. And I said, oh. Not the way I'm gonna go. This is my solo. I don't have to play it. You must get one of these. I was not okay when I returned from the promised land. They sent me to a very quiet office where a priestess gently took my hands. She said, now Now tell me, I wanna know all of your thrills. That's how it works, baby. I empathize, you pay the bill. And she said, jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. Jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. Jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. Jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. And I said, jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. And I said, jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. And I said, jump in the river, jump in the stream. Oh. I don't know how to end that. Sorry. Thank you. It's too hard. Here's my final song. I believe. Okay. This is not original. It's all crucified for you. What's the matter with your life? Is the poverty bringing you down? Is the mailman jerking you round? Did he put your $1 million check in someone else's box? Tell me. Oh, what's the matter with your world? Was it a boy when you wanted a girl? Don't you know straight hair ain't got no curl? Life ain't real funky. Yes, it's got that pop, dig it, pop, babe. Everybody needs a thrill, pop, babe. We all got a space to fill, and pop, babe. Everybody can't be on top. Life ain't real funky. Yes, it's got that pop, dig it. What's it underneath your hair? Is there anybody living in there? You can't get over. You say you just don't care. Show me a boy who stays in school, and I'll show you a boy away singing pop, babe. Everybody needs a thrill, pop, babe. We all got a space to fill, and pop, babe. Everybody can't be on top. Life ain't too funky. It's got that pop singing. What you putting in your nose? Is that where all your money goes? The river of addiction flows. If it gets hot, there won't be no water. When the We all gotta stay still and high. Everybody can't be on time. Life it ain't real funky. It's got that vibe to it. Everybody needs a thrill. We all gotta stay still and high. Everybody can't be on time. Life it ain't real funky. It's got that vibe to it.
That's all I have. Thank you.
On my thrill on Blueberry Hill, on Blueberry Hill, where I found you. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill. I lingered until my dream came true. The wind and the willow played love's sweet melody. All of those I were made were never to be. Though we apart, you part of me still. You are my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill. I lingered until my dream came true. The wind and the willow played the sweet melody. All of those I were made were never to be. Though we apart, I thought of you still. For you are my thrill on Blueberry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I tipped up to my window, wished I had my gun. Vines all wrapped around him, and he was going, son. He been digging my potatoes, tramping on my vine. But I have a special place resting on mine. Reading I love tomatoes, they they used to make good wine. Reason I love you, baby, 'cause you nice and you so kind. You've been digging my potatoes, tramping on my butt. But I have a special place resting on my mind. I gave you all my money, all I had to spare. Gracious, no, don't want you. You could always find him there. He'd been digging my potatoes, tramping on my vine. But I have a special place resting on my mind. Gonna buy myself a ticket out of 61. When I find my baby, well, I'm gonna check my gun, 'cause you've been digging my potatoes, tramping on my vine. But I have a special place resting on my mind. My greens is solid green, my potatoes is solid red. No kinds of trouble till I quit it in my bed. You've been digging my potatoes, tramping on my vine. But I have a special place resting on mine. Thank you. Your cheating heart will make you weak. I tried and tried to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Then tears come down like falling rain. You talked around and called my name. You walked the floor the whole night through. Your cheating heart your cheating heart gonna bind someday and praise the love you threw away until that day that you be blue. Your cheating heart will tell on you. And now that I'm lonely, and now that I'm blue, I never loved no one much as I love you. You walked the floor that whole night through. Your cheating heart had my fun. If I don't get well no more, said I had my fun. if I don't get well no more. My health is failing me. God knows I'm going down slow. Right to tell my mama, tell her the shape that I'm in. Right to tell my mama, tell her the shape that I'm in. Tell her pray for me. Ask God forgive me for my sin. Don't send no doctor. Doctor won't do me no good. Don't send no doctor. Doctor won't do me no good. Just pray for me. Do everything in prayer you should. Had my fun. If I don't get well no more. Till I had my fun. If I don't get well no more. My health is failing me. Lord knows I'm going down slow. On the next train south, look for my clothes back home. On the next train south, look for my clothes back home. I ain't gonna cause no trouble. Not gonna weep and I'm not gonna moan. I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying, heart breaks right in two. I'm walking the floor over you. You left me and then you went away. You said you'd be back in just a day. You broke on your promise and left me all alone. I don't know why you did it, but I do know that you've gone. I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying, my heart breaks right in two. I'm walking now. One day you had troubles on your mind. You hauled off and left me behind. I don't know why you did it, but I do know that you've gone. I'm walking the floor over you. I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying, my heart breaks right in two. I'm walking the floor over you. One day you'll be lonesome too. Walking the floor be good for you. You keep right on walking and it won't hurt you to cry. I said that I love you dear and I will until I die. I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying that my heart breaks right in two. I'm walking the floor over. Thank you. Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? big boss man. Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You just tall, that's all. You got me working, boss man, working round the clock. Want a little drink of water, just won't let me stop. Big boss, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You just tall, that's all. Gonna find me a boss man, one that treats me right. Easy in the daytime and easy at night. Big boss, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You just tall, that's all. I work hard in the daytime, come home late at night, sit down at the table, still won't treat me right. Big boss, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You just tall, that's whippoorwill call in the evening or night. I'm gonna hurry to my blue heaven. It's Molly and me. The baby makes three. How happy am I in my blue heaven? Take a smiling face for a place, a cozy room, a little nest where the roses bloom. Then you turn to the right, a little bright light that leads you to my blue heaven. When I was woke, my jaws were broke, my eyes were blue. That's what happened when the baby got in it too. I had to turn to the right. There's a little bright light that leads you to my blue heaven. I woke up this morning, put on my old highway shoes. First thing I knew, my feet had those highway blues. I walked out on the highway, Greyhound bus had gone. I got to think about my little woman, and I went walking on. I got the key to the highway, bills out and bound to go. I'm gonna leave with me running, 'cause walking is most too slow. Give me one kiss, mama, just before I go. I'm gonna leave with you, baby, and I ain't coming back no more. I got a woman down south, calls her Daniel Line. If I had her with me, the highway wouldn't worry my mind. I got a woman down south, 14 up here. It takes a good man to have a woman everywhere. Now when the moon peep over the mountain, I must be on my way. I'm gonna roam that old highway, Lord, until the break of day. Well, I walk that old highway. I wore out 20 pair of shoes. I walked from New York all the way to Newport News. Well, I walked that old highway. Feet got soaking wet. I ain't found my baby and I ain't stopped walking yet. So long, mama. I must say goodbye. I'm gonna roam that old highway, Lord, until the day I die. That it? If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet loving. I give you jewelry and money too, but that ain't all I'll do for you. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet loving. I'll always be your slave till I'm buried in my grave. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet loving. You know I laughed when you left, but I only hurt myself. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet loving. I tried to treat you right, You go out and hang out late at night. Oh, oh, bring to me, bring your sweet loving. Oh, oh, bring to me, bring your sweet loving. If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, oh, bring to me, bring your sweet loving. That it? I got a girl named Bonnie Maroney. Ain't much bigger than a stick of macaroni. See her rock and roll with her blue jeans on. She's not very fat, but just skin and bone. I love her and she loves me. Oh, how happy we can be making love underneath of the apple tree. I got a girl named Bonnie Maroney. She as skinny as a stick of macaroni. See her rock and roll with her blue jeans on. She's not very fat, but just skin and bone. I love her and she loves me. Oh, how happy we can be making love underneath of the apple tree. She's my one and only, she's my heart desire. She's the only little mom that sets my soul on fire. Folks clap their hands when my baby goes by. And some of them try to catch her eye. I love her and she loves me. Oh, how happy we can be making love underneath of the apple tree. I told her mama and her papa too. I told them exactly what it I wanted to do. I want to get married on the night of June and dance by the light of the silvery moon. I love her and she loves me. Oh, how happy we can be making love underneath of the apple tree. I left my girl in the mountain, left her standing in the rain. I went down to the railroad, I caught myself a midnight train. I beat my way through Georgia, I landed in a gambling town. Got myself in trouble, I shot the county sheriff down. Yo-lady, yo, oh lady, oh, oh lady. Jury read the verdict, murder in the first degree. Judge said take that prisoner to the penitentiary. Put those handcuffs on me, put me on a plumber train, carried me back to the Leonard jail, then tied me with a ball and chain. Yodelay, oh, oh, lady, oh, oh, lady. I woke up that morning, lying in the Leonard jail. No one here to love me, no one to go my bail. Prison bars around me, guards walking by the door. My sweetheart sitting lonely, I never see my man no more. Yodelay, oh, oh, lady, oh, oh, lady. Okay, yeah, that's it. Anybody else coming up? Where I'm going to live when I get home. My old lady thought out everything I own. She meant what she said. She wished that I was dead. Where I'm going to live when I get home. Where I'm going to live when I get home. My old lady thought out everything I own. She waited till I was gone. She packed from dusk to dawn. Where I'm going to live when I get home. She said, you noticed the road was getting kinda rocky, and I was getting away a little bit cocky. She took the OTV, left the bill for me. Where I'm going to live when I get home. She decided to take my cat. Transportation won't be needing that. Where I'm going to live when I get home. That's it. Thank you. Pull it out.
Because we don't want your money. I'm gonna fail. What's a rap beat? Like a normal rap beat? Right, but it's like I don't know the beats. Like I know the beats, but it's just like I don't know. I'm failing at life. All right, yo, this is Jorge on the mic, and you already know that we feeling all right. Nobody's drinking, but I'm thinking that I want to get out of here and maybe grab a beer, but I'm stuck right here till close, and I wish I had hoes, but whatever. I could do better.